So I want to end this video by sharing with you what is my really naive, basic recipe for finding happiness in my own life.
What's going on, guys? Today I want to make a video response to Casey Neistat's video titled I'm Not That Happy, which was a response video to PewDiePie's video talking about fake happiness and how we shouldn't be happy all the time. So in this video I want to find out with you guys, should we be happy all the time? Happiness is an emotion, and emotions are like clouds. Sometimes they stay a while and sometimes they move very quickly, but they're always coming and going. They always come and go. Our emotions are also created by us. We manufacture them in various ways. Sometimes we do it intentionally, and sometimes we do it unintentionally. Mostly, it's unintentionally. In Casey's video, he said,
whenever I'm really down, I just try to focus on what's really good.
Because Casey knows that by changing his focus, he changes his feeling, and that he's always in control of his focus, and thus in control of his feeling. And if he's aware that he's feeling a bad feeling, then he can change it if he wants to. Realizing that focus equals feeling was a huge unlock for me. Furthermore, realizing that I was always in control of my focus was an even bigger unlock for me. But just like Casey, who knows that he can change his feeling by changing his focus if he wants to, it doesn't always mean that I want to change my focus. Sometimes I learn from these bad feelings, just like I'm sure Casey learns from bad feelings, just like you learn from bad feelings, just like PewDiePie learns from bad feelings. But just because I'm aware that I can change my feeling by changing my focus, just because Casey's aware that he can change his focus to change his feeling, doesn't mean that we're always going to do that. It doesn't even mean that we always want to. But why not? Why wouldn't we always want to be happy? Happy feels good, right? Because we humans are curious monkeys, man. We like to find stuff out. We like to figure stuff out. We like to take journeys and adventures and discover things. And feeling bad shows us things about ourselves that we normally would never see before, that we normally couldn't see if we're happy. So if we're happy all the time and we never have these dips and we never feel bad, we're not gonna see the full picture of what it's like to be human. We won't get the same powerful perspectives that we get when we're having those bad feelings. We just won't learn as much. Bad feelings allow us to learn a lot about how we do want to feel, about how we do want to live our lives. Feeling badly helps us appreciate feeling great. Feeling badly helps us empathize with others. And I think what's most important is that feeling bad shows us how we don't want to live our lives. And when we know how we don't want to live our lives, if we just flip the opposite, we know how we do want to live our lives. So I think it's important to feel bad every now and then, learn what you don't want to do, and then shift your focus when you're ready, when you want to, on the opposite of that, on what you do want to do. And then go and do that and go and feel that. So we definitely shouldn't feel bad for feeling bad. We should use the opportunity of feeling bad to learn from that. Go into it like you're holding your breath, you're going underwater, you're going deep, you're searching around the ocean floor, you're learning a lot, and you learn as much as you can while you're feeling bad before you surface back to the top with these positive emotions. You'll come up to the top, you'll surface with a new perspective on everything. You'll have a new sense of appreciation that you just didn't have before because you hadn't gone down deep enough. So yeah, we can control our happiness by controlling our focus, and we're always in control of our focus, but that doesn't mean we're always going to want to do that because we can learn so much. It's so valuable to learn from these contrasting experiences. And there's really no better place to learn from a contrasting experience than with our emotions. You know, contrast teaches us so much. When there's dark, we know there's light. When there's bad, we know there's good. When there's fat, we know there's skinny. When there's healthy, we know there's unhealthy. When there's life, we know there's death. When there's in, we know there's out. When there's left, we know there's right. When there's up, we know there's down. There's polar opposites. So whenever we're experiencing something extremely bad, we know subconsciously that there's also something extremely good in there, but we need to bring that subconscious knowingness to the forefront of our mind if we ever want to shift that focus and go and experience the things in the direction that we want to experience them in. So should we feel happy all the time? The answer is clearly no. We're not designed to feel happy all the time. I believe that the purpose of life is joy, absolutely. I feel the purpose of life is joy. But the best way to experience joy is by helping others. When I help other people, I experience so much joy, it could almost make me cry. Like I get almost teary just thinking about it. I love helping other people. And the way I help other people is by doing what I want. I just be me, I be an example. I can set the example. Sure, I can go help people physically, hands-on, help them cross the street or climb a ladder or something physically, but oftentimes it's just making a video like this. Oftentimes it's just having a conversation with them in public. Oftentimes it's just helping them with a little message online. Maybe it's doing a race and, I don't know, promoting something. It doesn't matter what it is exactly, but as long as it's what I want to do, it's going to help other people. because I'm setting an example for them. I'm saying, look, you can do what you want to do. I'm setting an example by doing what I want to do. You can do what you want to do. And that's really the easiest way to experience joy, is by helping other people. And you help other people by doing what you want to do, because by doing what you want to do, you're setting an example for them to be what they want to be and do what they want to do. But that doesn't mean you're going to be continuously experiencing high levels of happiness. I believe that there are 3 types of emotion. There are good feelings, there are bad feelings, and there are feelings that feel just fine, like total contentment. Right? The good feelings are feelings like joy and ecstasy. The bad feelings are feelings like absolute sadness and depression and guilt. And the just fine feelings are feelings of contentment. That's it. You know, this morning I was waking up, I was brainstorming video ideas. I was feeling absolute contentment. I wasn't feeling extremely happy, and I wasn't feeling very frustrated. I was just content. I was just writing some ideas down on paper to give to you here right now. And now that I'm speaking with you, I feel a little enthusiastic about this. So that's nice. But I'm not like, oh my God, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy right now. It's not like that. Our emotions are like the colors of a rainbow. They merge and they fade together, and there's so many different shades. There's billions of shades of blue. There's billions of shades of red. There's billions of shades of gray and pink and black. There's an infinite array of emotions that we can feel, and they all merge and blend together. And you're not always going to be just peaking. You're not always going to be super, super depressed. Like I said at the beginning of the video, emotions are like clouds. They come and they go. Sometimes they stay a while, sometimes they move very quickly. But we know they're going to come and go. And we know that we can control our emotions to a large degree with our focus. But there are also several other lifestyle habits that you can do every day right now to increase your baseline happiness level. So right now, if on a daily basis, you're not even at content level, like I would say my baseline is content. Every now and then I go up to happy and then back down to content. I rarely ever go into sadness or guilt or depression or anything like that, because I've worked on myself so much. And this is something that anyone can freaking do, because when I was in college and prior to college, I was way below baseline. I was way below baseline. I was in depression mode, I was in dark mode, I was in anger mode, I was in frustration mode for the majority of my days, for the majority of my weeks, months, and years. And since college, I dropped out. I'm like, I'm just going to focus on personal growth and make my life to the best life possible. I started reading books, I started watching YouTube videos, I started listening to audiobooks, and my life got better with practice. If you practice something, you get better at it. If you don't practice something, you just do what everyone else is doing, you're going to be experiencing what everyone else is experiencing. And most people, they're not super happy, they're not even content. Most people are below baseline. But here I'm going to give you several lifestyle tips and habits and tricks and things that you can do every day, activities, to make sure that your baseline happiness is up. And these are things that I pretty much do every single day as well. So without further ado, here they are. The first thing you guys can do is get enough sleep. Just sleep more. I don't wake up an alarm, and I don't go to bed super late. I try and go to bed before I'm tired. If I'm tired, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm tired, I'm in the red zone. You don't want to go to bed in the red zone. You want to go to bed with waking energy. You still want to have wakeful energy while you're laying in bed. Those last 20 minutes before you go to bed, you should be wide awake. You should be able to get up and go for a run, but you don't. You put that energy into resting. And when it's time to wake up, you wake up. You don't wake up with an alarm clock. Don't wake up with someone pouring water on your face. Wake up whenever you wake up. Second tip is to get into a routine. This is the biggest tip, guys. The happiest my friend's wife ever was in her entire life was when she was dying of cancer. Was when she had about 3 months left to live. But she wasn't happy because she didn't have much time left. She was happy, she said, because the doctor told her, you know what you gotta do for these last 3 months? Get into a routine. Get into a routine. Do the same thing every single day for these last few months of your life. And it's just gonna help you cope with the cancer. So she did. She got into a routine. She just started doing the exact same thing every day. And after the first couple months went by, she told her husband, she said, you know what? These are the happiest days of my life. The happiest days of my life. Doing the same thing every single day. So get into a routine. Whatever time you go to bed, try and get to bed that time every day. Whenever time you wake up, try and wake up at the same time every day. Just make sure you're getting ample sleep. Third tip is to eat a clean diet. The more raw food you eat in your diet, the better. The more fruit you eat in your diet, the better. The more you focus on fruit when it comes to mealtime, the better you're gonna feel. It's just, food is mood. When you eat high vibrational foods, like raw living foods packed with enzymes, you're gonna feel fresh, raw, and alive. It's just how it works. When you eat fresh, raw living foods, you will feel fresh, raw, and alive. So when it comes to diet, eat clean. That will definitely help your baseline happiness on a daily basis. Fourth tip is to have cold showers. You don't need to go into the shower cold. You start off your shower warm. Cold showers shouldn't scare you. Cold showers, people think cold showers, oh my god, it's so scary, so scary. You go have your hot shower. But before the shower is over, you go cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot. And what happens is you actually start to smile. Like I'm smiling just remembering all these feelings of having the hot, cold shower. You don't go in there, you're not like fighting it. You're having a hot, cold shower. And then what ends up happening after you go cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, just like 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, you start to crave more of the cold. Because you experience that contrast between extremely cold and extremely hot. And what's actually favorable is the extremely cold. So what you'll end up finding after you've had your shower for a bit, you'll want to finish the shower with just pure cold. And you feel so good and alive. You feel like you're being electrified with this cold therapy. So check out some cold showers when you get a chance. 5th tip is to meditate. And I say 5th tip with this hand because you can do it for 5 minutes. You don't need to meditate for 15 or 20 or 30 minutes. I personally meditate for a minimum 15 minutes a day, but you could do 5 minutes. I started out with 5 minutes for the first year of my meditation, and it went by beautifully. I've done a few 1-hour meditations in my life as well. When I was in Thailand, or when I was in Thailand, when I was in Phuket. I'm in Thailand right now. But yeah, you can meditate for 5 minutes a day. You'll get a lot of benefit from that. It just really calms you down. It really allows you to not think of something for a while, or think of a new idea that you haven't thought of in a new way before. So 5 minutes of meditation a day will really help a lot with your baseline happiness. 6th tip is to get your heart rate up with some exercise. Either lift weights, or go for a run, or ride your bike, or swim, or play with the kids, or climb, or do yoga, whatever's gonna get your heart rate up. I don't think walking's enough. I think walking is like what humans are like absolutely baseline meant to do. But if you want to experience a little something higher than that, then get your heart rate up a bit and you'll feel really good with the hormones that get released from that. 7th thing is to connect with friends. Have conversations with friends regularly, see friends regularly. If it's not online, it better be in person. But if it can't be in person, it can be online via Skype or on the phone as well. Just connect with other human beings. We're not meant to live alone. In nature, we'd only be alone if we were about to die, or if we got exiled, or if we were completely lost and alone and about to die. So you don't want to be alone in life. Being alone is like you're ready to die. You want to be with friends all the time if you want to experience higher levels of happiness. So connect with friends, get a core group happening, and make it happen. 8th tip would be to connect physically with people. So if you're hanging out with friends, then you want to start hugging them. Maybe you want to kiss them on the cheek. Maybe you want to hold hands. Maybe you want to do some acro yoga or something. But connect physically. The power of touch is so important. If you don't touch a baby for the first 6 weeks of its infancy, it'll die. Babies need touch. You can't just look at a baby and it'll, stay alive. You can't just feed a baby and it'll stay alive. You need to hold the baby and feed the baby. Play with the baby, look at the baby, give the baby love. The baby needs touch for itself to stay alive, alright? Touch yourself on your arm. You don't need to whack off, but just love yourself and get other people to love you as well. And you'll get them to love you by loving other people. So connect physically, that's huge. The 9th thing that you can do every day to feel a little bit happier than usual, and this one is massive for me, I absolutely love this one, is make progress on a goal or a project that you're working on. Right now I'm working on an app, I'm also working on this YouTube channel, and whenever I can see a little bit of progress, I feel so good. I feel so good, and I look around, I'm like, wow, I feel freaking amazing, everyone. And everyone else, like, either they're not working on a project, so they're not feeling that amazing, or other people are working on a project and they're feeling amazing. And this is like, you can like double this happiness, you can double this feeling of excitement when you do a project with a friend, when you work on a project with a certain family member or something. But just make progress on a goal or on a project and you're going to feel so good. But you've got to have a goal or project to begin with, yeah? So maybe start off with a pen and paper and write down what kind of project you want to work on. And then any little bits of progress you make along the way, you're going to feel really good from that. Humans love progress. And then the 10th tip is something I said at the beginning of the video, and that is get in the habit of whenever you do feel bad, learn from it, but then decide, you know what? I've had enough, I've learned from this, it's time, I'm ready to move on, I'm ready to go back to being happy, I'm ready to give up the grudge, I'm ready to forgive that person, forgive that situation, I'm ready to go back to being happy with a new perspective that I've just learned from not feeling super happy.
And I will say that whenever Candace is down, or bummed out, or we're fighting, and I tell her this, she's like, Casey, shut the f*** up, I'm not 10 years old, I don't need your stupid recipe for happiness. But here goes. Whenever I'm really down, I just try to focus on what's really good.
So that's it, guys. Just learn that you can control your focus. You are the captain of your life. You are the dictator of your life experience because you can control your focus, and focus equals feeling. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I just want to conclude by saying that if you are experiencing like actual depression and you are on medication or something, definitely talk to your doctor about that. Ask your doctor other ways that you can experience happiness outside of the medication realm. And just read some good books or watch some certain YouTube videos on people who constantly experience, higher levels of happiness on a day-to-day basis, even if they've been diagnosed with depression. I know a lot of people who've reversed depression, so if you don't want to be depressed, then just look into ways in which you can reverse it if it's possible for you. That's it. Peace out. Thanks for watching. From Chiang Mai, Thailand. Adios.